Hey guys, Shane Gregory here from Beyond Transformation. Wanted to sort of reach out and just announce my sort of forum into getting into more business coaching and working with sales and marketing with personal trainers in the Gold Coast and Brisbane area. And as part of that, I want to start announcing some doing some blogging and just sort of sharing my 2 cents on where I think some PTs can be definitely putting some time into and helping improve their business. So one of the biggest challenges I see with personal trainers, like I've personally mentored over 20 myself over the last 2.5 years of owning my own studio, is not putting time into sales and marketing. Now, the reality is you can be the most amazing personal trainer in the world. You can know everything there is about boxing and Olympic lifting and CrossFit and core and what else. But if you don't have any clients, there's no point. There's just no point. You can be the most amazing trainer in the world and you'll have no clients. So there's no real point in you running a business. If you want to run it as a charity, fantastic. If you want to run it as a business, you got to get bums on seats. So I want to share one of my strategies, which I found I did sort of subconsciously, unconsciously when I first got into PT. And then I worked out after going to a few businesses that was actually just called an elevator pitch. So I'm going to share with you one of my strategies I used 8 years ago when I first got into personal training, and get what you get out of it. But the reality is it just works, you know. And the most effective way for you to generate leads is talk to people. Yeah, there's social media, there's sponsored advertising, there's email marketing, there's pay-per-click, there's Google, there's all the online platforms which I would recommend to people that are fully established and want to continue with lead generation. But here's a little one for you beginners, because that's where you guys are struggling. There's a fact is that 7% of personal trainers in Australia fail within 12 months of completing their course. And I'm on a mission to change that. So here's a strategy I used to use. So first thing is, when it was 25 when I completed my PT course, and I was a bit of social butterfly. I was young, you know, I was going out a lot of the time to bars and nightclubs. And one of the most effective ways for me to generate leads was talking to people. So the first thing I would go up to speak to someone at a bar and go, "G'day, I'm Shane, how are you?" "Yeah, my name's Mark." "Mark, what do you do with yourself?" "Oh, I'm a chippy." "Shane, what do you do with yourself?" I said, "I'm actually a personal trainer that specialises in training young males under the age of 25 in losing weight and getting fit." Now, the reason I said this, because this guy was under 25, he was overweight, and I tailored my sort of 30-second pitch to suit him just from physically looking at him. The next thing he said to me is, "Oh yeah, no worries, where do you do that at?" I said, "Oh mate, I'm based on the Gold Coast, whereabouts do you live?" And he said, "Oh mate, I live in Burleigh." I said, "Well, that's perfect, I just live down the road actually, so that's really close to where you're at." And the next question I would ask then is, "Hey, are you doing anything with your health and fitness at the moment?" Now, it's really funny after people have had a couple of drinks under their belt and all of a sudden the emotions come out. And I'm not saying that this works for every person, but it's just that, I mean, after people have a few drinks, they're a little bit more liberated, and they're going to talk to you about that sort of stuff. And I'm not talking about going to the in-depth consultation, but if you can determine in 5 minutes where they live, what their goal is, and if you can provide a service for them, it's a really good way to generate a lead. I mean, I generated half my business just doing it like that, not necessarily at pubs or nightclubs, but even at cafes and at bars and stuff like that. But basically, it was a tailored 30-second elevator pitch, physically looking at the person and tailoring it. For example, if I met a woman in her 30s and I would say, "Hello, what's your name?" "My name's Shane." And they go, "Oh, my name's Marie, I'm 34. I said, "Okay, perfect. And Marie, what do you do with yourself?" "Oh, I'm a secretary at the bank." I said, "Well, I'm actually a personal trainer that sort of specialises in training that 30-plus female demographic." Now, the next question you get, if they're interested, "Oh, really?" I said, "I'm actually in that demographic." So, you know, it's not a, you've got to be out there and you've got to talk to people, but it's a very easy way to generate a lead. So that's sort of the first little bit of advice I want to give people, and just share a bit of my own story about how I built my business. You know, I had a lot of great mentors and coaches, and, you know, I put a lot of time and effort, and work ethic and marketing is something else I want to go into my future blogs. But that's just a little one to share with you guys, and there are going to be some more sort of golden nuggets coming from there. Thanks.